I'm going to show you how to use paragraph styles inside InDesign. What we've started with here is a basic layout. We've got some text here that's going to become a heading, subheading, some body text, a caption, and a running footer and page number, which has actually been set up on the master pages. And over here are just a photograph. I've got a basic grid here, as you can see, underlying the text, and I'll be turning that on and off by hitting the W key. So to begin with, we're going to go up here to working space. It may or may not default to essentials. Let's just turn on typography. Now what that does is it simply allows you to access some of the more commonly used tools. But if you can't see the tool you want, you can always go up to Window and select here any of the type tools or other tools that you wish. Now what I'm going to do is going to grab the paragraph and character palette. I'm going to tear it off and bring it over here, and by clicking on this little chevron, just expand it. I'm also going to grab the paragraph styles tool palette and bring it over. So initially what we're going to do is get you to style the text as you wish, and after you've styled it, we're then going to save those styles as paragraph styles. So initially we're just going to go through and I'm going to highlight each section and I'm going to style it. I'm just going to use the Swinburne corporate font Open Sans as a general typeface family here today. I'll make this light and I'll make it really quite large, maybe about 36 or so. I'll just give this a bit of a colour and we'll just start there. We'll have a look at that. So click off here and I'll deselect or turn off the guides. There we go, I've got a nice red colour going on. That'll do for now. Hitting W, turning on my guides again, selecting subheading. I'll try Open Sans bold and I'll make it a little bit small, make it 10 point. Now most of my subheadings are going to be quite short, so I probably don't have to worry about setting a leading for a second line. But if I do, I can always come back and adjust it later. Now notice that all of these have been set using the default paragraph style, which happens to be Minion Pro 12 point on auto, which is 14.4 point if it's set to 12. So here I'm selecting all the body text in this page. Go up again, Open Sans. I'll go with regular here, but I'm going to make this perhaps about 9 point. I'm going to go up here to maybe 12. It's giving me 3 points of leading. Let's try that. Just click off and have a look. Click the W. Now obviously what's unclear is where my paragraphs are. So I'm going to now include some paragraph spacing. So I'm going to go here to paragraph. I'm going to come down here to space after. I'm going to add 3 or 4 points and just have a look at that. And that's better. And then I can decide whether I want to use hyphenation or not. Just see how that looks. That looks a little bit cleaner, but then we have the kind of downside, I suppose, of having hyphenated words. So make a decision here about how you want your body text styled. In fact, I might just try going down one more point size in leading and body text. Yeah, I think that looks a bit nicer. Okay, so now I've got here some information for a caption. Select that. In this case, I'm going to right align it, so it's going to be closer to the image, and I'm going to make this quite a bit smaller. I might make it about 7 point, and I'll make this Open Sans italic, and I'll give this a leading of 9 points in case we have more than one line, which is quite likely. And I'll just check that by dragging in the edge of the box, and I think that's probably going to look okay. I'll turn hyphenation off in this instance though. So go up to paragraph, turn hyphenation off. Okay, now again we can move this wherever we want. At the moment we're just styling the text. Okay, so now the final thing is my footer. As you can see, it's a master page item. I can't access it here, so I have to go up to Pages and double click on my master page thumbnail. And now I can access this. So I'll double click inside it. So I'll go back to Open Sans, come down here to, I might try the semi-bold, and I'll try an all caps. And I'll give this a fair bit of tracking. Obviously the point size is too large. So click inside there again, select it, and bring this right down to about 6 point. Okay, that's not too bad. Maybe make that a little bit. Okay, and in this case, what I've got here is I've inserted a special character for the page number. Save, double click on my page. That looks a bit better. I will now create paragraph styles. So I'll just close this box here so you can see what we're going to do now is work inside the paragraph styles dialog box. And all we do to do that is we select the text itself, and I'm simply going to hold down the Option key while I click on Create New Style. So Option, Create New Style, and that automatically opens up a new paragraph style, and it is going to capture all the information that's in that styled heading. So you can see here, it's got Open Sans Light, 33 point plus a color, and there's the color swatch information there. So we can also click here on Apply Style to Section, but that's already done, so we don't really need to do that. And I'm just going to now name this. I'm going to call it Heading Open Light 33. And that means the information in my paragraph style box here will be a little bit clearer and easy to understand. Okay, so I'll click off there. Now we'll do the subheading. Select that. Hold down the Option key and click Create New Style. Type in sub head open, and you can see here it's bold 10 point, bold 10, and hit OK. And then I'm going to click inside the body text, select all, hold down Option, call it body, open 8, correct, 8 on 11 actually, I'll do it like that so I know what the leading was, and hit OK. Do the same here for the caption, hold down Option, click on New Style, caption, open Tel 7, and finally the running header and footer. So I have to go back to Master Pages for that. Just got to close that up. Inside Master Pages, double click, select it all, hold down Option, create new style, running footer, open 6. Okay, so now come back out of there and we'll see how we're going. So what have we done? What we've done is we've associated these 5 different typographic stylings with its own paragraph style. And what that means is I can now go ahead and create or associate other sections of text with these paragraph styles. So for example, if I create a few extra pages here, now I haven't got a grid set up yet, so I will just very quickly demonstrate. So I'll grab a text frame, and let's just create here, and I'll insert some body text, and I'll just come over here and click body open. Oops, sorry, I have to select it all, and then hit body open. And straight away that styles that entire paragraph of text in exactly the same body text style that I had on the first page. Now in this instance I haven't set up my columns correctly yet, so I should really do that. So let me just do that right now. So I'll create new guides, and I believe I had 12-point gutter, and I think I had 4 columns. No, it was 14-point gutter, 4 columns, and I had a couple of different rows, something like that too. Okay, so there is now an example. My margins aren't exactly the same, so I apologize for that. But let's just pretend that I've got a grid consistent throughout the entire document. And then if I have more text over here, I can simply click down on this section of the text frame and create a new text frame here for the additional text. And I can align it. Okay, now if I have a new heading or a new caption, let's say I write a little caption. There it is. Select all, hit on captions, and it's straight away going to style it as per my original. Let's bring that up a little bit. Now I'll have another heading here. This could be another fascinating heading. Select all of that and hit on heading. And you can see it's styling it and colouring it as well. In fact, I can see that my margins are incorrect, so I'll just grab all of this. No, I won't. I will reset my margins here to be inside, I think it was 60 point. Enable layout adjustment. That's going to shuffle everything across. Beautiful. So that's kind of how it goes. From this point on, anything, any text that I select and then set as a paragraph style, or determine as one of these styles, will match exactly the rest of the document. Let's just pretend everything's going fine, I'm happy, but I've decided that, look, I really want to change this body text. I'm not happy with that. I want to actually explore justified text. All you do is go to the body text paragraph style, double click to open it. I'm going to go into indents and spacing, and I'm going to change this from left aligned to left justified. As you can see, as soon as I do this, the entire text, body text, is changed on this page as well as on the other page that I've set. Now I'm going to include hyphenation or allow hyphenation. It's going to make that look better, and I'll hit OK. It's completely changed the body text on that page. It's also changed it on this page.